Okay, let's jump right in. Very interesting update from the crypto side, the Bitcoin side regarding Mt. Gox repayments. Let's just get right to the article and give some commentary regarding what exactly is going on with the price of Bitcoin right now. So it says here, crypto crashes as Mt. Gox begins repayments, long liquidations soar as Bitcoin breaks key technical support. So just over a week after initial rumors and wallet movements sent Bitcoin prices lower, Mt. Gox, the collapsed crypto exchange, officially began repaying its debt yesterday on the 4th of July, one of the most illiquid days of the year, of course, and Bitcoin Cash both being the payout mechanism. So this overhang sparked a major wave of selling pressure across the crypto space after German and U.S. authorities simultaneously moved the ill-gotten gains onto exchanges. Not coordinated on timing to hit July 4th, though we are sure as many would be conspiracy theory talk. And the chart here very clearly shows from end of June and beginning of July, the rumors of the payouts coming around 24th of June, 25th of June, and then the actual payouts happening around the 4th of July, Thursday of last week. And both of these times are precipitous drops, as you noted in the red. So repayments are being made to some creditors via designated crypto exchanges per its rehabilitation plan. According to an expose by the MtGoxBalanceBot account, the total Bitcoin balance on all known addresses of the Gox Trustee is 94,457 Bitcoin, with 47,280 Bitcoin being moved from these addresses since. As Cointelegraph reports, the repayments to the remaining rehabilitation creditors will be promptly made after multiple conditions have been met. So we have a message here regarding repayment in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash to the debtor and the trustee and the attorney at law. So it's imminent. So these conditions include confirming account validity and creditors' acceptance of the intent to subscribe to the agency receipt agreement by designated crypto exchanges. In addition to assuring repayments are made safely and securely, discussions regarding repayment procedures between the rehabilitation trustee and the exchange must also be completed. According to several Reddit posts and users, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash have begun to be repaid and credited to exchanges. So on July 5th, 2024, the rehabilitation trustee made a blockchain transfer of the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash amount repayable to you as the base repayment and the early lump sum repayment of the intermediate repayment. So the Reddit post details the email received by Mt. Gox with Mt. Gox Company Limited as the rehabilitation debtor and Nobuaki Kobayashi, attorney at law, as the rehabilitation trustee. The selling pressure is coming from long liquidations, which have soared in the last 48 hours, with total crypto liquidations surging $664 million over the past 24 hours alone, the highest in 2 months according to data from CoinGlass. So the smashdown in Bitcoin forced it back below its 200-day moving average for the first time since October of last year. So other highly traded cryptocurrencies, including Ether and Solana, also saw almost 10% drops on the day. Ethereum dropped to 2,898, below the key $3,000 support level that it held since mid-May, according to Cointelegraph Markets Pro. So despite the selling pressure, the repayments come as a positive for the industry and the exchange's defunct users, as also highlighted by Mark Carpelet, the former CEO of Mt. Gox. He wrote in a July 5th post, X post, the Mt. Gox customers have finally started receiving Bitcoins after over 10 years. I wasn't sure many more if it finally happened, but here we are finally. This has been a long journey, and I'm happy to see we're finally getting there only a bit more. So more than $9.4 billion worth of Bitcoin is owed to approximately 127,000 Mt. Gox creditors who have been waiting for over 10 years to recover their funds. Cointelegraph notes that considering that the Bitcoin price increased by over 8,500% during the past 10 years, the majority of the defunct creditors will likely look to lock in some profits. This is partly why King also expects around 99% of the creditors to sell their Bitcoin. He wrote, I'd say 99% of those on Mt. Gox are going to sell their coins the moment they get it. Imagine billions worth of Bitcoin all being dumped gradually over the next several years. There's no way to spin this to be bullish or news that could offset this. In other significant development, Bitcoin fell below the average realized buying price of the spot Bitcoin ETFs buyers, or 57,979, considered a significant support line for BTC analysts. Despite the fall, ETF buyers haven't started panic selling, as there were only $20.5 million worth of net total outflows on the 3rd of July. Yeah, so Grayscale's ETF accounted for the majority, or $27 million worth of outflows. So, however, Willie Chuang, CEO of crypto exchange WooX, points out that it's worth noting that despite these concerns, the long-term impact may be less severe as the market gradually absorbs the selling pressure. Additionally, Joe Burnett, a former Blockworks Solutions analyst and senior product marketing manager at Unchained, commented on the seemingly coordinated timing of the dump on X. Announcing a sale of this size is idiotic and creates a reflexive feedback loop. Idiotic indeed, unless your goal is not economically rational and instead ideological. So end of article. And then in summary, there is no good time to give back creditors their money in order if the end goal is to support the price of Bitcoin. If you are one of the people that had money on the Mt. Gox exchange in 2014, essentially 10 years ago, and your money's been locked up for 10 years, you would also want to probably cash out. So there's no uh, there's no justification for either side, but if this is a legal procedure, then there needs to be a legal conclusion, and the legal conclusion is all those creditors need to be paid out. So for those that are complaining about this payout, there's never a good time to pay out. Do you want them to pay out at the bottom and then they're underpaid, or do you want them to pay out the way top so it starts to cool off or taper a winning streak? So it is what it is, but if there's 127,000 people that are owed, which is actually quite a lot, thinking back in 2014 of users on the exchange. Now is the time they need to be paid. They're going to be paid in Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, and a lot of those folks are going to cash out, supposedly 99% according to this article. So my opinion is just deal with it, and then if you've already been invested in Bitcoin, whether it's 2 years or for these folks more than 10 years, then they've already got 8,500% return on investment over those 10 years because they were locked out, so therefore they could not actually touch their money at any point in time. So at minimum, these people are up 8,500% over 10 years. So that's a pretty good annual return of hundreds and hundreds of percent per annum averaged out. So, these people should just be happy. This is interesting article. So stateside, yeah, it's during the 4th of July, but for other folks, they just don't care and they want their money back.